And here we go. Welcome back here to a new edition of the LosPonies.com preview show. I'm your host, Jose Contreras, alongside Mike Wrona. Pleased to be back here on this Thursday afternoon, recording here with Michael. Michael, we have a pretty good 9-race card on Saturday night, but also we're expecting Sunday night's card to have trials to the Kindergarten Futurity.
Yes, always an exciting time of the year, isn't it? The first of the 2-year-old futurities, and looking forward to seeing those fields with the baby trials on Sunday night. That'll take up the vast majority of Sunday's program, no doubt.
Yes. So, all right, let's get right back into business. Last weekend, we're just, recapping what happened. Both of our selections on the show scratched, but I typically cap to Chris. We'll be talking to Chris after your segment. Chris gave us a great long shot, and we'll recap that winner from last week. So shout out to Chris. He carried the boat. He carried all of us after we scratched out of those horses. But we're back for a new program, 9 races. You're going to take us to race number 5 is a horse you want to highlight in that event.
Yeah, it's a 1,000-yard maiden for 3-year-olds. And there was plenty to catch the eye when my selection debuted 2 starts back. Mongolian Frost is the horse's name. Number 6 in this race. Had all sorts of trouble at the start on the 10th of March in a race that included the morning line favourite for Saturday night's race, Peppertini. Peppertini finished second in this event and Mongolian Frost third. We'll show you the replay. Mongolian Frost comes out of gate number 2, Peppertini gate 6. But look at the trouble early for the number 2 horse, who was off slowly, then immediately checked off the hindquarters of the number 3 horse, who broke inwards. So there is a clear margin now back to the trailer Mongolian Frost, while Peppertini goes to the lead.
At that point, your race is absolutely over. You're thinking, all right, we're probably not going to run and do anything good. We're just, it's too much of a burden up to this point. But he picks it up through the turn. He runs fairly well.
Yeah, that's him in the light blue colours, pulling within about 5 lengths of the lead into the turn, now coming one off the rail. Now, up the front, the horse getting up along the inside, number 1, goes on to win, Smiling Jojo, and that's Peppertini alongside in the red cap. Here comes Mongolian Frost staying near the rail in the blue with the silver cap getting into third. Smiling Jojo comes home to win, and by the way, won next time out. So that's a good form line. Peppertini second, had every chance, and a nice gallop out from Mongolian Frost through along the inside on terms with the winner going into the turn. Look, Mongolian Frost, as I said, was on debut in this spot, whereas Peppertini has had plenty of chances, and just thinking that Mongolian Frost at 5-1 is worth playing. Obviously, they tried the horse in Arcadia, and it did not pan out particularly well after showing a little bit of early pace. But coming back to Los Alamitos, I think that Mongolian Frost can feature here at a decent price. Again, the winner of that race came back to win last weekend. So let's see what Mongolian Frost can produce second start at Los Al.
And you can't blame the connections to give it a try to across town, give it a good rally after the slow break. But maybe that could be an indication of better gate reflexes based on what that one did at Santa Anita, because tried to stay close to the opening quarter there before giving way. So yeah, that was a pretty nice debut given the trouble and the slow break.
Yeah, the horse has been training at Santa Anita, so that debut performance at Los Al would have been the first time Mongolian Frost had seen Los Al. Again, Peppertini is there and thereabouts and certainly can break through without surprising, but at the same time, 8-5 is really no picnic for a horse who's had a few chances. Number 3, Winter is Coming, is fancied per Ed Burgardt's morning line as the 3-1 second choice. But the horse's only 2 races have been at a mile, has shown some good pace going 2 turns, but different kettle of fish coming to Los Al at 1,000 yards. Just not sure where Winter is Coming will get to in the run and how the thing maps out for Winter is Coming. So maybe worth risking. The 5 horses of some interest here. Gostoso, my research tells me that word is Portuguese for tasty. And this horse has run exclusively at Santa Anita, but has trained exclusively at Los Alamitos. and might measure up quite nicely. This could be a good spot for the number 5 horse. In fact, I'm thinking maybe the horse that I'm most worried about when all is said and done.
Yeah, and when I submitted my selections for the night lines, we did not speak beforehand, and I gave a slight nod to the 5. So
okay, yeah.
Gustoso, it makes a lot of sense. Just the class drop, Payeras got to know him, but yeah, so that would be what I would consider the main threat here in the spot, Gustoso with Belico Racing and Genaro Vallejo.
Yep, I can absolutely accept that. But again, 5-1 is decent enough for me to just take a swing here with Mongolian Frost, and the 5 at 3-1 or 4-1 actually is very appealing also for exotics. If both of them can get into the money, we might be looking at a decent trifecta.
Yeah, I like your morning line price. Definitely an attractive price there. Mongolian Frost with that treble debut and still a pretty good third at 34-1. So 9 races on Saturday night. And as we were speaking, the entries for Sunday have been drawn, Michael. And I can tell you, we're going to have 10 races on Sunday night at Los Al. The first 2 are thoroughbred events. And the next 8 races will be Robert Adair Kindergarten Futurity trials. So 10 races on the card. The first 2 will be thoroughbreds and then 8 trials for the kindergarten.
Splendid. I'll be looking forward to that very much.
Yeah, so looking forward to that, and that's going to be on Sunday night. The very big first futurity trials of the season here at Los Lomitos with the kindergarten on Sunday night. All right, Michael, best of luck with your selection. Let's hope for a clean break for Mongolian Frost coming up on Saturday night.
Yep, and as you mentioned earlier, well done, Christopher Wade. Pacifica 12-1 last week. Sensational effort.
All right, have a good rest of your Thursday. I'll talk to you out there this weekend at Los Al.
Good on you, mate. Hooroo.
That's right. A big Sunday of trials awaits here at Los Amigos Racecourse as we have the trials for the kindergarten futurity. The entries are hot off the presses. They just drew 10 races for Sunday night. 8 of those will be trials for the kindergarten. Welcome back to the program here. Now joined by Chris Wade. Chris, I take my hat off to you. You gave us a big long shot winner last week, Pacifica. And I think you got, 12-1 off odds. So kudos to you.
Yeah, the horse finally got out of the gate in decent fashion. He's a big-bodied, well-bred, well-connected, good looker. And the barn for Hector Botello has been moving up the ladder and running well. His horse has been running well at Turf Paradise and bringing some nice runners over to Los Al. And like one with Earthquake Magoon recently at a good number. So this horse, talented, broke well, and got the job done there at 12-1.
And was trying to lug in. So it was a little bit of a blanket finish, but was able to prevail at 12-1. That was part of the reason why that late pick 4 paid almost $2,000 if I remember correctly, and one ticket took down the pick 6 for over $33,000.
Yeah, it was huge. It was
that was you, right?
Big ticket. I wish it was.
Congrats to the player that took down the pick 6. So last weekend, one single ticket took down both the pick 6 on Saturday and Sunday. So there were single winning tickets, pool shots last weekend at Los Al. All right, we're going to talk about this Saturday night program. We just spoke to Michael Wrona. He gave us a selection for race number 5. Let's talk about race number 7. It's a horse I know you had your eye on, and you're giving us here Tres Lunas along the rail.
Yeah, this is a horse that has been trouble prone, and he's been 3 lifetime starts. I mean, much troubled in the 2 starts here at Los Al. The one that he broke relatively well, had a little trouble away from the gate, and still won for fun and galloped out very, very strong. Thought this horse had some talent. Then he was overmatched in his next start with some trouble along the way. And down the money, Rosa Bondelay was privately purchased, come back with a very impressive 12-4 workout. It was never asked to run. It was a very impressive workout. A good-looking long strider. I gave it an A-. So this horse with any kind of a decent getaway from the inside post is a big look on my charts in the 7th event.
So first, I do want to show that maiden win. So we'll show that maiden win, and then we'll show the recent workout. We'll go back to November 18th. So November 18th, Tres Lunas was in race number 7. So she's going to be in post number 2. She was right around 5-2. And she didn't break all that well, but I just like the visuals here, how she finished pretty nicely to win going away.
Yeah, she's moving around a little bit in the gates, kind of lean back at the start and running a little head cock sideways. Lost about 3/4 of a length or so and kind of slowing the stride, but put forth a big run midway on her own. Baby Love tapped a couple of times midway and was starting out very strong with run left in the tank and galloped out nice. So very impressive performance, and one with, like I said, run left in the tank and nice gallop out. So horse did show some solid ability there. Came back with the troubled journey against much tougher. Now at her level, come back with a nice workout.
Let's talk about this workout here. And she's on the inside, right, of the 2-team set.
Yeah, she breaks good and was pretty quick and led every step of the way, and was never asked to run. I mean, she's on her own every single step of the way. Look at the rider, just basically just letting her do everything on her own under a hold, never asked to run. Was starting out very well, and then galloped out very strong when the rider took up and gave her head. So very impressive workout. I gave it A-, and horse breaks from the rail. Big look there at 7-2.
She just looks so professional there, keeping a straight path. You can tell she wanted to do more than what the rider was letting her do. She just looks fresh. She looks ready to go. And I think she's a major player in that spot. And she's going to be it's only a field of 5. So the field of 5 is not going to help your price, right? But still, she's 7-2 on the morning line. The 2 is going to take play. The 3 is going to take play. I think even the 5 will take a little bit of play on the outside. So 7-2, good morning line. Tres Lunas here, your selection.
Yeah, she's all she got to do is break and run to that workout and stride out very strong. I think she's got a big look at the outcome there in the 7th leg. That is the second leg of the late pick 4. And the pick 4 has been framed very well as of late.
Yes, they have. So, Chris, thank you for that selection. You can go 12 shows without a winner, and you'll still be up because you gave us a 12-1 winner. So, nice job patting the bank for last week with a long shot selection. And best of luck here with Tres Lunas this upcoming Saturday.
All right, boss. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good night, and I'll talk to you this weekend at Los Al.
All right, boss.
Welcome back here, Jose Contreras, alongside Orlando Gutierrez, Professor G, our Director of Marketing and Publicity at Los Ponies. And they're still nice and warm, fresh off the presses, Professor. Look at this. I've got the entries. The entries are in my hand for the Kindergarten Futurity trials coming up on Sunday. You just drew fresh off the presses. First of all, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jose, and you're absolutely right. Nice and warm and fresh. 10 races on Sunday night, Jose. 8 trials to the Kindergarten Futurity. A total of 58 juveniles will be in action in the trials. They'll be fighting for one of the top 10 spots to the final to the Kindergarten Futurity on Mother's Day. The final will be on Mother's Day, May 12th, and the purse is over $258,000. So a great night of trials here at Los Alamitos with 58 runners. Now, it's been kind of a tricky past few weeks because of so much rain that we got here in Southern California. So a lot of these babies are going to be coming into the trials without a race. Instead, a lot of them have worked as many as 3 times from the gate, Jose. So it's going to be very interesting to see how those horses that raced already, especially those that have had success, how much of an edge are they going to have over those runners that that have had three workouts. A lot of those workouts also, Jose, were 4 horse sets. Yes. So kind of a pretty interesting dynamic this year compared to previous years.
Yeah, because in previous years, I would argue that, having any kind of start, even if you didn't win or anything, it would be such a big advantage. But because some of these horses have actually worked not only in trios, but in quartets, in fields of 4, that's kind of like a simulated training race. So it's going to be tough to gauge. So it's going to be interesting to watch what happens as the night goes on. But we do have, like you mentioned, 10 races total. 8 of them will be trials here. and we got the past performances to show it here for the viewing public. And some of these horses with experience will be actually stretching out because some of these race at 220, right? So
every
you're going to be horses.
Race.
Yeah,
every single race. I think on Saturday night we have one 300-yard race for 2-year-olds. That's the first time this meet that we had a 300-yard race for 2-year-olds. So that's another thing, right? Even last year, we would have had a couple of horses with already experience at 300 yards. This time it's all fresh for all of them going 300 yards, Jose. And we have some horses that have won already. Elizabeth Alexandra, for example, in race number 4, that's the second trial of the night. A nice filly there. And one thing to note about the kindergarten final, the last 4 years, 20, 21, 22, and 23, the kindergarten final has been won by a filly. You have to go all the way to 2019 when Chayito Cartel won the kindergarten futurity, where a boy won the final. So keep an eye on those fillies because they, they're ready to run early in the year, especially at this 300-yard distance.
Yeah, the fillies tend to mature a little bit better, and good tidbit that the fillies have taken care of business the last 4 years. So do want to mention the first 2 races on the card will be for the thoroughbreds, 1,000-yard, claiming 10,000 in the opener. Got a field of 6 there. Fast Per Se coming out of a pretty good third. And then race number 2, it's going to be a 4.5 furlong thoroughbred event, claiming 3,200. And that's going to be for the fillies and mares. And we'll have a field of 6 in that spot. And then we get to the trials. The trials will be in race number 3. We do want to preview some of these workouts that we've had for some of these 2-year-olds. So the first division will be race number 3. Post time here. What do you think we can get approximate post time for this weekend?
Well, first post on Saturday is 6:20 p.m. So I'm going to guess for Sunday we might go around 5:30 p.m. for Sunday. Again, that's just an estimate. We have 10 races, so I think 5:30 is probably about right. Yeah,
because we're getting, and I asked that question. We don't know the exact post time. We'll follow the daytime in the Northern California circuit, but because if you have a significant amount of daylight early in the card, it could help these 2-year-olds even more.
Yeah. I mean, last week, like more than half of the card was under the light, under the sunlight. So and that's another thing that you have to kind of consider as well. Looking at these trials, just really briefly, the last trial, there's a lot of horses that have posted really big work. So that's going to be interesting to see. You always see maybe after the first or second trial, a horse that posts a time that is just super good and it holds up among the top times. Then as the card goes on, you see some really good times, especially towards the end of the card. So we'll see. It's going to be kind of a surprise to see which horses really pop from there. Heath Taylor should have quite a few that look really good. Monte Rosa, Jaime Gomez has always had great success in the kindergarten. So all in all, keep an eye on, again, the fillies. Keep an eye on some of the Heath Taylor horses. Monty has won this race, I believe, 3 times in a row now. All of them with fillies, Valiantly, Fast Fire Honey, and last year with Double Down 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so let's go through some of these fields and some of these workouts. Well, of course, we'll have a mix of experienced runners and first-time starters. So let me give me some names, some workouts we want to review, starting here with race number 3.
Yeah, how about number 4, Coley, Political Jess filly out of famous breeding lines. The famous breeding lines of First Down Dash. Her dam is First Carolina, who won over $415,000. She worked third from the rail, and this is a 4-horse field in this workout, and went 12.1 in a finish. My Bud. We're also going to look at My Bud later on the card. Take a focus on him, but right now we're going to focus on Coley. Third from the rail. She is going to lunge towards the inside when the gates open because she's a little antsy in the gate right before. There she is, lunging towards the inside. She'll move in slightly a second time again, but then we'll level out. And from there, under a hustling ride, she's flagged right-handed, and look at the way she's going to burst nicely there, especially in the second half of the race. Strong gallop throughout. You could see that nice burst of speed midway through the work, Jose.
Yeah, I just like the way, and it was visually there. You could see how she found her best rhythm second half of the workout, right? So that was only going to 20. Now you're going 300. Based on that work, she should really enjoy stretching those legs out an extra 80 yards come race time.
There's one other horse that we can take a look at in this trial, number 7, Charlie Claire.
Okay.
And it's a bit of a sentimental choice for me because this filly is owned by Spackman Racing. Longtime owner Kelly Spackman passed away last month, and he had a lot of really nice horses here, a lot of nice mares that did really well here at Los Alamitos. Sentimental choice for those reasons. I'd like to see Spackman Racing. They were tied together with Lynn Melton. Lynn Melton trained a lot of good ones for the Spackman family. Here's Charlie Claire, part of another 4-horse set, again breaking third from the rail. This is also a very competitive training race. You have Zooming on Home next to her, Born in the Blood on the outside of her. There she goes, nice burst after the gap, pressure on the outside by Born in the Blood, but continue gamely past the wire. And she's going to maintain that solid stride throughout her gallop out. Zooming on Home is the horse that won that workout, going in the second fastest work of the morning. Meanwhile, Charlie Claire at 12.2, that was the third fastest of the morning as well. So Charlie Claire from post number 7, Coley from post number 4. That's the opening trial to the Kindergarten Futurity.
What I like about that work by Charlie Claire is that once she felt the pressure on the outside runner, she fought back. She wanted to keep going on her own. That showed some resistance there for Charlie Claire. So that's 2 workouts to look for. Coley will be in gate 4, and Charlie Claire will be in gate 7. That's going to be race number 3. Moving along. Anything else here?
Let's take a look at race number 4 and number 6. Play Misty. It's a good-sized filly by Just Good Candy out of the 2017 Grade 1 Los Alamitos Winter Derby winner, I'm a Cutie Pie. And she's going to work from the outside post. And it's going to finish ahead of Exploiter in 12.3 versus 12.4. We're going to see her hesitate just a little bit leaving the gate. She's going to circle slightly out to the outside. Then once she levels out, she's going to move again to the inside. But still, very good work. Very solid here. There she moves just slightly out, and it's going to start coming in. Crowd Exploiter just a little bit. But look, the rider's got a big hold of her right at the wire because she was kind of getting on Exploiter a little bit. So she finishes under wraps, and you can see that she just wants more ground, Jose.
She wants to go. Yeah,
she just wants to go big time. So not the most perfect of works, but she showed some stuff right there, especially there towards the end. Easily wins this work, and she just wants to go.
Yeah, she wanted to do more in that work. She was very energetic, and again, she'll be in post number 6. Yeah, post number 6, and we'll show you the PPs here. There it is. Play Misty will be in post number 6. That'll be race number 4, the second division of the Kindergarten Futurity Cross. This is going to be a good matchup because we have runners that ran very well, obviously, in their respective debuts. Elizabeth Alexandra finished well, finished like a filly that's going to enjoy the extra 80 yards. Set the edge, ran a winning race in defeat there, only missing by a head. And even Val Sofia put up a very good effort at 21-1 on debut. So there's going to be a good gauge of experience versus good works coming into today.
And you mentioned Set the Edge, Jose. Take a look at that final time for Set the Edge. And take a look at the winning time by Genesis.
Yes.
12:05. Elizabeth Alexandra won her race and went 12:38.
Yes.
So big difference between Genesis and Elizabeth Alexandra. Set the Edge, even though he finished second in that race, still much faster than Elizabeth Alexandra. Both of those are closer to the rail. And listening to you and Ulysses Gomez doing an excellent show this past weekend. Ulysses likes running from the rail, right? Likes riding from the rail on some of these babies.
Yeah, so looking forward to see how these trials play out here with the experience and inexperience this Sunday. Race number 5, let's see at this field. Just look at one experienced runner. That's Hard Right. Dr. Ed Albrecht Homebred comes out of a fifth place finish. Elizabeth Alexandria was that race, the winner. We have six first-time starters, some pretty good pedigrees there. You can see Tempting Dash, Political Jets, a couple of times. So you got an experienced runner in the middle part of the gate. Field of 7 in this race number 5.
Yeah, race number 6, there's Genesis right there. Starting from post number 2, Bobby Cox and Heath Taylor at Corona Cartel. Philly. Corona Cartels just love the kindergarten. They've loved this for many, many years. Genesis coming up with that really impressive winning time. Jose Nicasio up for Heath Taylor on Genesis. Mesmerize ran second in her debut against Yell Fire again, one of those early races for these 2-year-olds that we've had. There's Exploiter, who we saw in that workout against Clay Misty as well. So those are some of the names to watch. Fear and Fridays from the inside post, the favorite when running 4th, even though she had the second. She was right there, close to Elizabeth Alexandra in her debut. Ended up finishing 4th in a very competitive race.
And he's got the rail again, so now he has experience. That could be a positive for Fear and Fridays, even though you would prefer to be maybe towards the outside, but at least you now have a horse with experience and experience from the rail. In that workout that we just showed, Exploiter, those some very interesting markings. Reminded me of Freaky. That was a clear cut marking on Exploiter in that previous workout we showed. So that'll be an interesting horse to watch coming to post parade.
Excellent observation, Jose, because I thought the same thing. The mother, Chica First, is from that same family.
There it is.
Chica Sis. I think Freaky's mother may have been Chica Secret. So all that family right there. And yeah, absolutely. Those beautiful white face, very memorable from Freaky. So yeah, good observation. You're right on it.
Anything here on race number 7 to review?
Well, Y'all Fire again. Won it first out. KVN Corona Gelding. Great Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Winning by a head for Heath Taylor and Larry and Bobby Rice. They've had success here at Los Alamitos in the past. They owned the winner of the Los Alamitos Oaks last year, Cartel Kisses. Solid grouping, closer still, also a winner here. So we have 2 winners. Actually make that 3 winners because Freightliners coming in from Remington Park, Jose, to make things very, very interesting as well. So we have some shippers as well. Eddie Willis out here sending Freightliner to compete in this trial to the Kindergarten Futurity.
This might be the trial that has the most experience versus first-time starters.
Just
first
one.
glance.
Just two.
Yeah, just 1, 2, 3. 3 first-time starters. Yeah, and I believe the Dam of Closer Still was a debut winner, if I remember from those comments in the Nightlands. And, he came back and backed that pedigree. Debut winner at 8-1 for Dr. Ed Albrecht, Scott Willoughby, and Gabriel Lara, who is still having a tremendous season with the pairing of Scott Willoughby. Race number 8, the 6th division. We have a field of 7 in this spot. We have a couple of runners with good racing experience, no winners, but still a couple of runners that just finished second most recently, Gotel Carter and Separate Impact.
And both of those horses had the lead at one point during that race before running second. So we've been talking about these horses that have run at 220 yards. Let's see now how they do at 300 yards. If that experience kind of evens out the fact that they got out finished in those outings.
Moving along here to race number 9 here, 300 yards. Remember, that's all the distances for these trials here. Field of 8, and we got some experienced runners, and actually, I think it's split right down the middle. Is it with experience? Actually, no, 5 experienced and 3 first-time starters.
And the one that we want to take a look at, we'll take a look at the workout, is number 4, Zooming on Home, a gelding. And this one is a full brother to Political Rivalry, the winner of the Grade 1 Edberg Million and the Grade 2 PCQ HRA. Breeders' Futurity, Zooming on Home, is going to work second from the rail. And again, this is part of that Charlie Claire and Born in the Blood work that we saw earlier. But now we're going to take a look at Zooming on Home. Again, second from the rail. And we're going to see him just fast out of the gate. And he's going to drift just a little bit. Bumped his inside rival right there, Favorite Princess. But under a hand right from there, responds with a nice quick stride, nice rhythm to move ahead of the ones that were right next to him. And a pretty easy win in this workout and a very, very, very strong gallop out as well. This was the second fastest of 54 works. So zooming on home, full brother to Political Rivalry, who's one of the standout juveniles last year here at Los Al.
Yeah, and we'll have, we can keep our eyes on that workout with Charlie running earlier, and maybe they'll give us maybe something to kind of transfer as far as form and workout. So Suman on home will be breaking from gate 4 in race number 9. Race number 10, the final trial of the night. At this point, Professor, everybody will know the bubble time. Everybody will know what they need to do. If you're in the top 10, you're thinking, please go slow. Please go slow.
Right.
And if you're in the final tower, you're like, oh, we can beat that. We can beat that. We can get in. So it's drama. Drama heading to the final.
If your horse is sitting at 8, 9, 10, you're looking at the flag and seeing, hey, can we get some headwind here, right?
Yes, for sure. So drama here with the final trial of the night. Field of 8 in the spot. And we have runners with pretty nice, good workouts heading into the spot.
Yeah, definitely. Number 3, Bull Market win 12-1, My Bud. Also 12-1 on the outside, Hey Wows, I guess. Also went 12.2. And these runners have, all 3 of them have had 3 gate works as well. So a little bit of experience as far as gate works are concerned. Let's begin with Bull Market. Here, and he's a full brother to the Greatest Stakes Place filly Mornings with Maria. Worked solo in this work, and at the second fastest of 54 works, same time as zooming on home. A little antsy in the gate, was leaning to his right when the gate opened, but he came away in a hurry, starts picking up momentum, and looks pretty strong every step of the way from there. Very impressive through the finish line while under a hold. And his name is Bull Market, so it's kind of a stock that Berkshire Hathaway would love to have, Jose, the way that this horse performed here in this drill.
I got to tell you, that was a visually impressive workout. The stride, the way that he kicked it on in the second half, even through the gallop out, he's still learning. So I really think they got a runner, and the dam has been a very good producer, Bartiromo. So it's all in all, the pedigree lines up, the workouts lined up, the connection line up, a lot of things to like about Bull Market. Yeah,
interesting to find out why he works solo when some of the other ones have been working with buddies. But this horse in previous gate works did work with company. So maybe it was a thing that they just wanted him to be a little bit more focused, maybe have a little bit more room. Yeah. Who knows what the decision was, but it definitely paid off. Very, very nice work.
All right, who's next? You want to go My Bud or Hey Wows?
Let's go to My Bud since he's starting from post number 5. KBN Corona Colt. And he's out of the Greatest Stakes Place mare, Butter Think Twice, who's earned over $134,000 in her career. And another second fastest of 54 works as he went 12.1 as well. He'll travel from the inside post as part of this 4-horse set. And Coley is part of this set. And they're going to go, they're going to match each other as far as the time is concerned. My Bud used a flipping halter in this work. You can see fast into his stride, broke a little bit to the inside. But once he built momentum, he was taking off there. And again, he went under wraps around the 1/16th pole. And another horse that you can just see that he's just eating up ground as he's going. And another solid gallop out all around.
Yeah. And the rider was pretty much under a light hold there in the second half of that work. So that's a pretty nice mover there. My Bud, of course.
Can we look at the beginning just again so we can show this horse is using a flipping halter. And you can kind of see him a little bit kind of tugging on that flipping halter a little bit from that inside post. Right,
you can see it right there. You can see the little flipping halter right there. So it's attached there. Hopefully my mouse pointer is showing it, but right there you can see the flip halter. He did kind of tug on it a bit, and then right there drops out.
That makes them go inside a little bit.
Yeah.
So again, there, the experience there, now having a couple of works probably with this flipping halter. And Coley, nice finish there, but nevertheless, really nice work from my butt from that inside post.
So that's my bud, Kavian Corona at a butt, I think twice. Good race mare as well, the dam. So a good pedigree on my bud coming into the trials. Let's wrap it up with the 8-horse.
Yeah, we'll look at Hey Wows, an Ivory James gelding out of a $150,000 winner named Marry Me Anna. He's going to work third from the rail as part of this 4-horse set. And he's going to go evenly with Also Dangerous to win the drill in 12.2, leaning to his right when the gate opened, but he flew away from the gate, just bobbled just a little bit, moved just a little bit inside to crowd Also Dangerous a little bit, but another solid work from both of those, Also Dangerous as well as Hey Wows.
Yeah, so that's a few of the workouts we wanted to highlight here on the previous show. And reminder, you can get all these workouts at your own convenience at loslimitos.com. But that's just a glimpse and a few of them that will be running this weekend. And also at the beginning of every race card, right when Michael Wrona gives around the changes, does he give the changes first and then the workouts, or workouts and then changes?
No, he'll go ahead and do the changes first.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the time he does all the workouts for the night, in one consecutive sequence. Yep. And then prior to each race, he'll show the workouts for that particular race as well. So we want to make sure that our fans have as much information as possible so that they can make their decisions, so they can make their investments throughout the night here at Losa.
Yeah, because of course, you want to get involved in the early pick 4. You want to know, how all these horses that are part of the pick 4, because you're going to bet it beforehand, work. So Michael Wrona does a great job there of showing the workouts. And even for experienced runners that might be coming off a layoff as well. And can't forget place pick all. You want to get all the workouts in so you can bet all the place pick all. That's for you right there.
Yeah, and the pools for the place pick all have been very strong. We've had some nice where they've been almost around $19,000, Jose. And it's a nice segue to something I wanted to point out on our website, losalamitos.com. We made some minor changes on the left side column, and we put all of our outstanding handicappers all in one little section there on the left-hand side of the column. Your pronosticos en español are there. Chris Wade's picks to click, as well as his pick 4s, are there as well. We feature an entire handicap by El Segundo, Mr. El Segundo, El Príncipe Segundo, and he selects every one of the races and does the commentary in Spanish. And one of the new things that we've added is Joey Quarters is now putting together a place pick all ticket, and you can click on that and check out the place pick all ticket by Joey Quarters. He hit it last week, Jose. $36 ticket, paid like $260. So take a look at Joey Quarters' place pick all ticket. Chris Wade does a full handicap as well. The added glances that you write are also featured as part of our subscription package on the website, and even my notes of the gate works are available on our website there at losalamitos.com. So we try to provide as much information as possible for the horse players, all of them on one site, losalamitos.com.
Yeah, so here top left, current news, they'll have Professor G's workout notebook, racing and results, recaps, and results, of course. 90 handicapping, you click more or less, it drops down there. You can see all the selections. And if you want to purchase the digital edition of the Nightlands with the PPs and the glances, the comments, you can go to handicapping and racing program subscription. That's where you do it there on the website there. So plenty of information. Workouts are there for the viewing public as well. We try to give the horse players as much info as you can, so you can feel confident when you make your informed decisions.
Okay, looking forward to a big weekend, Jose. Yes. Saturday, 9 races on the card. First post 6:20 p.m. And again, finally, the trials to the Kindergarten Futurity, one of the most fun nights here at Los Al. Hope you join us if you're in the area and check out these outstanding 2-year-olds as they begin their Futurity season here at Los Al.
Thank you for everything, Professor. I'll be on the desk, on the panel TV desk with Ulysses Gomez back on Saturday night, and we'll do it again there coming up this weekend. Orlando, thank you for joining us. Have a good rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you this weekend at Los Al.
Thanks so much, Jose. We'll see you this weekend.
Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours. Both wagers continue to feature outstanding pools in 2024 and terrific payouts. The early pick often has pools of over $180,000, and the late pick four often has pools of more than $150,000. And remember, Los Alamitos still offers the $10,000 Pick Six promo on Sunday nights. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos. Play them on Saturday and Sunday nights.